Hello and welcome to a brief overview of the Pyro in Team Fortress 2. Again, misc items for some reason aren't unequipping on me, so you won't have a scarf or those nice and colorful eyes. Your eyes will be hollow and dull. So, Pyro, pros of playing as a Pyro. You have a higher health than the average class. You have an average move speed, which isn't bad. And you have fire, because fire is awesome. I like Pyro, it's personally my favorite class. So, you are a you play a utility class. You won't be going for the kills as much, but you will be helping your team. So, your weapons. I'll go over your secondary and your melee weapon first because they are less interesting than the flamethrower. You have a shotgun. It's the exact same as the shotgun that most other classes have. 90 damage close range, 3 per pellet long range. What did I say? Yeah, 6. Yeah, 3 per pellet long range. And your axe, 65 on a normal hit, and 195 on a crit. It's your basic melee. Hey, crit, 195 on a crit. So, those are your secondary and melee weapons. Nothing special about them. As a Pyro, you have flames, and you are flame resistant. The flamethrower still can hurt Pyros, but they won't burn over time like this scout will. So, as a Pyro, you light people on fire, and fire is wonderful. As you hit them with the flames, they take more damage though, so this is your close combat weapon for the most part. So, the very, very far licks of this flame will do 4 damage per particle that it shoots, and up to a maximum of 7 at close range. And when you are aiming with your flamethrower, keep in mind Pyro is slower than Scout. The Scout is just at average move speed. You need to aim in front of your target. You should be aiming more like here to hit them with every pellet, every particle. Just remember, it's a particle gun. It shoots particles of flame, and you should aim in front of your enemy if you want to hit them more frequently. Also, the very, very special thing about this, you can right click and do a compression blast. What this means is you can push around enemy players, you can reflect projectiles, and when I say projectiles I mean everything but a bullet or a syringe you can send back at the other team, and stickies do not become yours. They're still in control of the demo man, but you can kind of sweep them around. So, upon reflecting something, it also becomes a mini crit, which means it does 135% of its normal damage. So reflecting a rocket, the rocket will now do a little bit more damage, and it's now on your team, and it's attacking the other team. And if you reflect a pill that's sitting on the ground, it won't hurt your team anymore, because it is now in control of your team, and the enemy team will now get hurt by it. So reflecting is good in general. If you ever see an Uber coming into your team, all sparkly players and whatnot, if you can get up next to them and start pushing them back, you could very easily die, and frequently you will. But it is the best thing you can do for your team to push Ubers back. If you ever see a medic sparkling, you just start right-clicking on them like mad, and it'll ruin the Uber usually. Their Ubers will only last about 8 seconds, so you can spend your life and be an enormous help to your team by doing so. What else does compression blasting do? Oh yes, very, very, very important thing about compression blasting. If one of your teammates is burning, you can right click on them and put out the fire, but if they're an enemy like this guy, it won't put out the fire. Don't worry about compression blasting someone to get rid of the fire. Always do it if you see someone burning. If they start being bounced around, it means they're a spy. Spy checking is another thing a Pyro should do. If you ever see someone on your team that might look suspicious, like they're disguised as a spy, quickly run your flames over them. If they start burning, they're a spy and you should burn them more. And there you go. It helps your team. Also, if you randomly just start spouting out your flames and something catches fire, hey, you found a spy that was cloaked. They were very unfortunate, but you found them and they can die now. So, Pyro. Overview, burn things, find cloaked spies, reflect things, get fun kills. Have fun!